Welcome to a nourishing midweek lunch hour conversation with Spokane's newsmakers, thought leaders, and popular entertainers. Spokane Talks Live is brought to you by our friends at Homes for You and Breakthrough Incorporated. Welcome to Spokane Talks Live.
Well, welcome, Kent Adams here. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're not breathing too much of our terrible air right now, but it will improve. We've got a great program for you today. A match from the Big Brothers Big Sisters organization. And then I have Dave Dupree and Teri Delaney from Flower Farm. Going to find out what all that is about. And then my first guest is going to be Kenn Nesbitt. He's an author and kids poet. In fact, his newest book, which debuts next week, called My Cat Knows Karate, next on Spokane Talks Live.
See you tomorrow night, and thanks again for taking care of the painting.
I got this.
Bye.
Weekends are made for painting. Let the experts at Rada Paint take care of you.
Hi. This looks amazing.
Rada Paint, over 80 years of quality, tradition, and trust. Find it in every can.
To help you be safe, Washington state law requires you to call 811 2 full business days before you plan, for example, to dig, drill, plow, pull from, or pound anything into the ground. Be prepared to provide the operator with the correct address, cross street, and a description of your work. You must mark the dig area with white paint. The operator will inform you of the utilities notified of your impending excavation. Wait for all their marks. Be safe and dig with care.
The economy is getting stronger, banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Well, welcome back. My first guest is Kenn Nesbitt, and apparently his parents had a spelling issue because he spells his name K-E-N-N. I guess they wanted to give you an extra oomph or something, right?
Well, it was Kenneth, but...
okay.
Yep.
All right. That would explain
I
it, wouldn't
decided
it?
to drop a few letters.
Yeah. My Cat Knows Karate. This is a funny poems for kids new book that comes out next week.
That's right.
And if you look at what he's written, this is not your first one, is it?
No, that's about my 21st or 22nd
Oh, is that
book.
all?
Something like that.
Yeah. What got you interested in doing books mainly for kids?
Well, I blame my father.
Okay.
When I was, the first book I remember my parents reading to us was Mother Goose.
Oh, okay.
And then later Dr. Seuss.
Right.
And my father loved poetry. He memorized Kipling and Robert
gee.
Service and things like Casey at the Bat and The Raven. And he would recite these things when I was a kid. And so I've just always
fun.
enjoyed
Sure.
rhyming poetry. And
So it was in the DNA.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep. And in my 30s, I started writing it on my own just as a hobby. And after a couple of years, I thought, I wonder what would happen if I sent this to a publisher. And the first publisher I sent my work to fell in love with it and started publishing my books.
Now you're still with the same publisher?
Nope.
Oh,
in fact,
because I asked that because a lot of people do move around.
Right. Well, this publisher actually is I won't say gone out of business. They've consolidated. They've sold to a larger company.
Right.
But I have been published by many, many different publishers, including some of the biggest in the world, Hachette and Scholastic and companies
You
like
have a reach well beyond Spokane because you've served in a couple of very honorary positions, haven't you?
Well, one. In 2013, I was named the U.S. Children's Poet Laureate.
Oh, that's all. Okay. One is enough if you're that, right?
Exactly. It's the only award I've ever gotten, and it's the biggest one you can get, so I can rest on my laurels now.
How satisfying was that? Because I've not won anything. But how satisfying was that? Did you get the call or the letter? I mean, how did that work?
It was actually a phone call, and I knew who it was, and I knew they could only be calling about one thing. So I said, "Let me pull over," because I was driving at the time with my family in the car.
Yes. Well, good for you. That is terrific. And you're right here in Spokane, Washington.
That's right. I've been. I'm not originally from Spokane, but I've been here for 22 years now. My wife was born and raised here.
Okay.
And so were my kids.
You know, we were talking yesterday with a couple of people about how many folks come to Spokane because the husband or the wife grew up here. Mm-hmm. And it was, in fact, it was somebody yesterday in my business partner's office, law firm, and he was explaining he went to Harvard and everything else, and I said, well, why Spokane? My wife grew up here.
I met a girl.
Okay, yeah, yes. That's how it works, you know.
Right.
So, yeah, that's great. So how long have you been in Spokane?
22 years, moved here in 96. And the truth is, I fell in love with the place the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
I looked around and I said, I love this place. I could live here. It took a year before we actually moved here, but been here ever since.
Wow, great. So tell me some of the theme and what goes into, because you really focus on books for kids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And what drew you to doing that versus writing the great novel, or you know what I mean, something else?
Impatience. Yes.
You could get through this faster?
Not exactly,
no.
But I can write one poem in a couple of hours, and then feel like I've accomplished something and I'm done for the day. Whereas if I were writing a 500-page novel, I would get bored, honestly.
Really? Yeah. My wife writes some poetry and so forth, and she loves doing that. And I don't get it. And what I mean when I say that is, I don't get how you folks do that. Mm-hmm. It's a talent, and it's got to be something that just comes from within, that you have that talent. And you obviously saw that early on.
Well, I don't know. There are some things like comedy and poetry that people think, well, that must be innate. But I think these are skills that can be learned if you have an interest. And in my case, I just had the interest in learning it.
Yeah. So what did you do before?
I was a computer software developer.
Oh, okay. So you jumped from computer software development to writing books. And poetry.
Well, there was an overlap of about 10 years. Yeah. When I wrote my first poems, I was working for Microsoft in Portland.
Did you do it on a computer?
Did I write my poems on a computer? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, the first one?
Yes. In
fact,
okay.
I did. Okay,
yes.
Good. That's the right answer, just in case Microsoft is watching. Right?
Yeah. It was on a Windows computer, in fact.
Oh, yes. All right. Well, that's another 2 points for you.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. What goes into figuring out, you're launching this book next week?
Yes.
Excuse me. I'm guessing that you're going to go on to another book.
Yes.
Where do the ideas come from? Have you already started to work on the ideas for that? I mean, how does that work for those of us that don't do anything like this and that put off doing essays back in high school and college, okay?
I think the smoke in the air is getting to both of us here.
It could very well be, yeah.
Yeah. Well, in my case, my poems are typically 1 or 2 pages. So they're very short, and each one is a unique idea.
Okay.
And those ideas come from everywhere. I'm looking at cameras right here,
right.
And I know that this is streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, and so I might decide to write a poem about Facebook and YouTube.
Okay.
Right? Simple as that.
All right. How can people find more of your books? Local stores, Amazon. How do they discover all the things that you've done for kids here?
Oh, well, if they want to pop down to Auntie's bookstore downtown, Auntie's usually has a very good selection of my books.
We always encourage the local bookstores.
Sure, but go to Barnes & Noble in the Valley or at Northtown, or look on Amazon, or simply Google my name, and you'll come across my website.
That's Kenn with 2 N's.
Kenn with 2 N's.
Yeah.
Yep. My website is poetryforkids.com, and it is the most visited children's poetry website in the world.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
No. So I typically get 20 million page views a year.
That's all.
Yeah. It's mostly schools, teachers, parents, and kids.
Now, who buys most of your books? young parents, do you know?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Someone
I stumped a guest.
Someone somewhere must be buying them.
Yeah.
Last weekend weekend before I was in Seattle. My wife and I were walking down along the piers. We
Yes.
just passed Pier 66, and we came across a little souvenir shop near Ivers.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, one of my books was in the window of the bookstore.
Oh,
It was
how proud does that make you feel?
it was this one here called Bigfoot is Missing, and so they had a whole Bigfoot theme going on.
Sure.
But so people buy my books, but I don't know who.
Oh, well, as long as they buy them, that's what counts. So the check comes, right? I mean, that's what counts.
Got to pay the rent.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Is it? I'm not going to ask how much or anything, but do you make a good living off of it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I make a living.
Okay.
It's hard to make a great living as a poet.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But I can say that I've been doing this. My first book came out 17 years ago. I have been a full-time children's poet for 14 years now, and I haven't missed a mortgage payment yet. So.
Oh, good. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you. I want you to read one of your poems.
Sure.
I picked out Not So Fast Food, but maybe there's something else you'd prefer.
I'd love to.
As we go out, but anything you want to tell our audience, because we're going to go to commercial right after you finish. So.
Sure. Well, I'll tell you the reason why I do what I do.
Yes.
Originally, I did it for my own amusement.
Yeah.
But what I have come to learn is that funny poetry has a certain power with kids that makes them want to turn the page and keep reading. And
reading is so important.
And so my real inspiration is to encourage kids to read.
Good.
And this is how I do it.
You're not going to write in cursive so you stump the young people, are you?
I try not to.
Okay. Well, Ken, if you would, read that, and then we'll head out to commercial. So thank you. Thanks for being here, and thanks for what you're doing.
My pleasure.
Because with grandkids, and of course all my kids are older now, but with grandkids and those that watch with their kids and grandkids, this is fun.
Good. So your selection here, this is Not So Fast Food. Burgers, pizza, chicken wings, tacos, french fries, onion rings, ice cream, donuts, cookies, cakes, soda, chips, and chocolate shakes. These are things I like to munch, breakfast, dinner, snack, and lunch. Every meal I eat includes more and more and more fast foods. Yet with every meal I eat, I grow slower on my feet. This is why I want to know. Why does fast food make me slow?
Beautiful. Thank you. Best of luck in what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll be right back.
Hi everyone, I'm weather forecaster and assignment anchor at Spokane Talks Online, Colin Pittman, and I am honored to be the host of the new program, Spokane's Youth Spotlight, brought to you by Spokane Talks Online and the Spokesman Review, where we are interviewing and getting to know outstanding youth in our community each month. If you'd like to nominate someone in our community that you think should be recognized, that is doing something great here in the region or has an amazing story, visit SpokaneTalksOnline.com or Spokesman.com and look under Youth Spotlight to nominate. And be sure to tune in each month as we find the best in the Inland Northwest.
Hi, I'm Larry Myers, owner of River Ridge Hardware. Welcome to our garden center here on the corner of Garland and Driscoll. We have fresh plants that come in weekly from all of our local growers. We can make your garden look like our garden. Here at River Ridge, we've been here 30 years. We're your full-service neighborhood hardware store. This is our sprinkler aisle where my knowledgeable staff will help you put together your sprinkler system so it will make your yard lush, green, for the spring and summer. This is River Ridge Hardware's rental center, where we provide a multitude of equipment for rent for the do-it-yourselfer. Next time you're working on your home or yard this spring and summer, stop by, say hi, and we'll help you get the project done.
See you tomorrow night, and thanks again for taking care of the painting.
I got this.
Bye.
Weekends are made for painting. Let the experts at Rada Paint take care of you.
Hi. This looks amazing.
Rada Paint, over 80 years of quality, tradition, and trust. Find it in every can.
Well, welcome back to Spokane Talks. Kenn Adams here today, and hope you're having a good day. One of my favorite organizations is Big Brothers Big Sisters. They do an amazing job of mentoring young people, whether it be young girls or young boys, and provide some guidance that sometimes they don't quite have available other places. And my guest today is Geno Cushen? Cushen, okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to read Jimmy's handwriting here. We'll talk about this later, Jimmy. And Jaydon Williams. Did I get that right? At least I got yours right. Okay, good. All right. I'm going to guess, wild guess, that you're the big brother and you're the little brother.
It's a good guess.
But how much do you learn from him?
I learn a lot from him.
Yeah.
It teaches me a lot about myself.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Do you remember being that age?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we won't ask for the stories
Yeah.
because that'll be incriminating, right? Right. I've got to ask Geno,
Yeah.
I've got to ask you, what drew you into providing mentorship and guidance to someone younger than you?
When I was younger, I always wanted to be in the program
Okay.
myself, but I didn't have the grown-up to put me in it.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So when I got to a position where I could give back, I wanted to do that.
Wow, what a wonderful story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about holding on to something and then make it happen for somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So how long have you guys been big brother, little brother?
About a year and a half.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to speak up to the microphone a little bit. Yes.
About a year and a half.
About a year and a half? Okay, so what's the best thing about having Geno as a big brother? Lie if you have to. No, I'm kidding.
So one is I can get away from my grandpa.
Is he a disciplinarian? He's got all the rules and everything?
He just annoys me sometimes.
Yeah. So, Jaydon, I love the name. That's great. Where do you go to school?
Grant.
Okay. So, what are some of the best things that you guys have done together?
We went to we went to Triple Play.
Triple Play.
What's your
Okay.
favorite?
Okay.
What about
Is that the
Silverwood?
place over in Coeur d'Alene?
Silverwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And Silverwood.
Okay. In Silverwood?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I haven't been there for a while. Is it pretty neat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not bad place, huh? Yeah. Tell me about what you have learned from taking on this role, because it's a responsible one.
Yeah.
And obviously not having maybe some of the guidance as a youngster to turn around and to do what you're doing is a little bit of a leap of faith. And so what have you learned? What do you get out of this?
Well, I get a companion for
Okay,
one.
yeah.
And I didn't know that I would necessarily.
Yeah.
Because when you first think about you're gonna go mentor a child,
Right.
But you don't necessarily think it's gonna be a companion. But we're friends, and
Yeah.
we talk about things together. She's helped me with relationship advice at times.
Oh,
sometimes, just
okay.
'cause,
All right.
And it's just things I didn't
Do you
know.
get to size out the girls and stuff for him and rate them and how well they should work and so forth? Not quite.
No.
No, okay. You don't go that far, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
okay. But
just his outlooks on what love
yeah,
is and things.
a little
like
more
that.
innocent, isn't it? Yeah. And a little more questioning everything. You know, the world is all in front of him. And
Right.
some of us, as we get a little older and so forth, everything is behind us, although you're so much younger than I am by centuries. But yeah. So the process to sign up, how did that work? How simple or complicated was it when you decided that you wanted to do this? Obviously, one day you came along and decided, okay, it's my turn now. I want to do what I wish I had.
It was pretty easy. I just went to their website.
Okay.
And you fill out a form, and then they give you an interview process.
Right.
And that was pretty easy. The interview was a little more than I expected, but
Yeah.
it was good, and I see why.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then they come and view your home
Okay.
just to make sure it's appropriate for a child.
Right,
and
right.
then they give you a packet of papers about this big, and you get to read through, and you don't see any pictures or anything, and you just go based off of what he likes, he or she likes, and you make a pick, and then.
And I see you looking at Heather, who is staff there at Big Brothers Big Sisters. When you said the stack of papers, that was a reference to what she gave you, right?
Right.
Yeah, I know. There's always that bureaucracy, and I don't care what we do.
Right.
In business or a program like this, there's always the paperwork.
Right.
And there was a time, 25, 30 years ago, that they said that once you get a computer, that we're going to be paperless. All it does is print out paper faster than before.
Right.
So it will never leave us. So,
I'm with you.
Yeah. So, Jaydon, what is the one thing you guys haven't done yet that's on your agenda that you want to do in the next couple months?
I have no idea.
The what?
I have no idea.
No idea.
We've done a lot.
Do the two of you talk on the phone ahead of time? Here, let's do this, let's do that, or do you just get together and decide on the spur of the moment?
Well, we try to plan it a week in advance.
Okay.
So we hang out every Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
And then when we're winding down, I'll ask him what he wants to do
Now,
next
why
week.
Wednesday?
It just works better for
your work
both
and
of our schedules.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's great. That's really great. So let's encourage people to give back to our community by signing up, because
Absolutely.
you really can make a difference. Do you feel like you're making a difference?
Yeah, and it's fulfilling.
Yeah. Good. You walk away. Yeah.
Is that your phone?
No.
Oh, I think it's our doorbell phone.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I wish you the best. Years ago, I won't tell you how many years ago, but it would be several decades. I was a big brother here in town, and I'm a former YMCA director from LA. So kids are my heart of helping kids and so forth. So thank you for what you do to help our community, because it helps our community. Absolutely does. So Jaydon, thank you for coming today. Did you see yourself up on the monitor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't
Okay.
disappear.
Yeah. Nice bright shirt too. I love it. Thank you guys. Thank you for what you're doing.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
The economy is getting stronger. Banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Is your child having trouble coping with a personal disability, but don't know where to go? Consider our friends at Breakthrough Incorporated. Breakthrough takes great pride in mentoring their DDA clients who have intellectual disabilities and their BRS clients who have challenging behaviors toward the creation of safe, appropriate, ethically sound life goals. They integrate programs at school and home to enrich their lives. They work hard to make a positive difference in you and your family's lives. Breakthrough provides a highly structured, fully staffed residential setting in local neighborhoods, 6 in Spokane and 2 in the Tri-Cities. Diagnoses affect people differently, so their service to each resident is unique, giving them the opportunity to grow and evolve. For more information on Breakthrough, visit their website at breakthroughincorporated.org.
You're really doing it. You're ready to buy a house. You know what you can afford, you've got a pre-approval letter, and you and your partner haven't killed each other yet. Now's the fun part. First, think about your main requirements.
Location,
house type,
square footage,
number of beds and baths,
garage,
property age.
Then think about specific features.
waterfront,
Pool,
local schools,
neighborhood safety,
walking distance to parks.
proximity to a decent Turkish bathhouse.
HO.
From there, input all your search criteria. Min-max prices, number of beds and baths, single fam, multifam, condo, co-op, villa, townhouse, farm, whatever. You can even draw your own custom search around the neighborhood you want. The open house is the most fun you can have in real estate. It's like having carte blanche to walk into a total stranger's house and snoop around while they're not there. Here are a few pointers. First, feel free to step in without knocking or ringing the bell. Unless you see a note saying otherwise, in which case, yes, knock and/or ring. It's generally considered good open house etiquette to wait until a group of buyers leaves a room or area before entering.
What we were talking about. Let's check it out. I know so.
Listen to what other buyers are saying. They may know something about the property or neighborhood that you don't.
I bet they don't even know they have this.
Oh, no. Ask questions about the house, how long it's been on the market, the school district, the property taxes, but keep it cool. Don't give yourself away by sounding too excited.
And the schools in this area are incredible. Woo! They're actually building a brand new one 3 blocks away. What? And it should be open in the middle of next year.
Yeah! Please do not steal. Finally, if there are snacks or refreshments, do not take them. It'll skew your perspective. Unless they're mini quiches. Those little are tasty as hell.
Well, welcome back, Kent Adams, and our last set of guests are from Flower Farm. Now, I'm chuckling a little bit to myself because we have a cat that we call Flower. It's actually our granddaughter's, and when they moved a couple times ago, they said, "Here, Grandma and Grandpa, take the cat." But the name is Flower. Now, I'm not sure I would have ever picked that name, but that's her name, okay? And she's spoiled like a set of flowers, okay? A bouquet of flowers, I guess. But Dave and Teri, you guys started this flower farm. You have got flour. We're going to talk about that. But first, explain what it's about.
Explain what the flour's made of and
well,
where it
Flower
comes from.
Farm, what is it?
Flower Farm is a gluten-free, organic flour blend, and it makes amazing food.
Yeah, a lot of people
Yes.
today are looking for gluten-free, aren't they?
Yes.
They really are.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are. And I'm a person, my body requires gluten-free,
Okay.
and I want my food to taste good.
All
so
right.
here we are. So I created a flour blend that allows you to cook with it.
Yes.
I can make bread, make pasta, cookies.
Wow.
It's not just about the sweets. It just kind of covers
Oh,
all
it's
bases.
always about the sweets. Come on, Teri. It's always about the sweets. Come on.
Okay.
Let's be real, all
Okay,
right?
okay.
And I noticed in going through a couple weeks ago when I got the information that like to do normal recipes, you could do normal recipes, but you do like 110% or something like that. Did I read that right?
Okay, so yes, you can do a regular recipe. You just swap out. Truthfully, it's never 1-to-1. I
Okay,
don't know.
yeah.
It doesn't matter. Even when you make
who cares what the reason is?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's very easy to switch it out. So, you just add, if it says 1 cup of flour, then you add 1 cup of Flour Farm plus a tablespoon and a half. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually makes a difference.
It does make a difference.
It does make
yeah.
a difference, yes.
I wonder why, but we won't worry about that. The scientists...
The chemistry is a whole other issue.
Yeah, the scientists with pay grades much bigger than ours have figured that out somewhere. But as long as you know what you need to do in terms of recipes and so forth.
Yes.
Why did you guys start this?
Wow. It's my turn?
Yes.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, good luck getting in, right?
I know. He's the chatty.
I
He's
love
chatty
it.
guy.
You know, really, the why of this is lovely. Half of the proceeds of the sales of our bag, if you go to flour.farm, go to Second Harvest Food Bank.
Okay.
So we don't like it when we know that people in our community are hungry.
Right.
That just seems wrong.
Yeah.
But the other reason was, we had a restaurant, Lake Dot Bistro. We've sold it since to a great couple that's doing well, and we developed a lot of products that were just simply better.
Okay.
With this flour blend, I think.
And said there's a market out there.
Yes.
Gluten's dominated the market in the wheat seed for too many years, and I think it's time for people to try something different, and it makes them feel better.
I'm going to ask a really dumb question. When you grow the wheat and so forth, is there a certain strain that's gluten-free? Do you take it out? I don't
Oh, so in this blend, in our blend,
Yeah.
actually, it's actually sweet white rice flour.
Okay.
And a brown rice flour, tapioca flour.
Oh, okay.
Coconut flour, and
So you've substituted
almonds.
to get around the gluten issue.
Exactly.
Yeah, different grains.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. I learned something. I always learn something, but that's why we have you on here is to figure that out. Wow. Okay.
So there's no wheat whatsoever.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
free.
Well, that's not going to please my wheat farmer friends, but
I know. I went to school at Washington State University.
I know. Well, a friend of mine is harvesting right now the wheat on their 5,000 acre farm, so he will be busy and won't see this.
No, bless the wheat farmers. They're feeding the world.
Absolutely.
This is an alternative.
So, is this the one product? Do you have several products? What are people going to find when they go on your website?
Okay.
This is the one product.
Okay.
We're starting with the basic foundational flour that will replace wheat in recipes.
Okay.
And on the website is tons of recipes. This little
That's
food
what I was gonna
scientist
say.
here
So
has
it really comes down to the recipes.
Yes.
That you can go so many directions with this one flour.
Yes.
Yeah. There's we kind of through the restaurant process of customers, it's got to taste good. It has to have good texture.
Yes.
It has to be good, or
and you can tell when they don't come back.
Oh man,
or they say something. Yes,
it's very, very important. And we've developed a lot of recipes during that time, and one of them was quite a big hit. If you want to taste it, hand pie is at L'Etat Latte, a little espresso drive-through here near L'Etat Bistro.
And they're delicious. You should try them.
Okay. And you can go there and you can taste what it is. It's a little handheld crescent pastry that's gluten free.
Wow.
It's delicious.
And it's made with our flour.
Yeah. Well, this is fun. Do you keep adding recipes to your website?
Yes. I'm a crazy person in the kitchen.
Oh.
That's my job. So I'm in charge of research and development.
It's a tough job, but somebody has to do it.
Someone has to do it.
Do you get to taste
those
test?
cookies.
All the time.
Okay.
All day long. She's quite the scientist. It's amazing.
Yeah. So every week I come up with a new recipe and then we post it online.
Oh, fun.
I just posted, actually, it's officially out this morning, our baguettes. So I have 2 different baguette recipes. One is vegan.
Okay.
And the other has a dairy and milk, dairy, egg, and honey base. So to meet up with our vegan friends, we were just at Veg Fest actually.
Yeah, Veg Fest was great. She's
fun.
so humble, but there's the #1 pastry chef in the world last year.
Yes.
Roger Van Dam is in Belgium.
Okay.
And they've had a conversation, and she's going to fly there to consult with him about her baguettes.
Yeah, in the beginning of October.
Oh, wow.
So she's pretty big.
Now, years ago, I was tested to see if I had an adverse effect to gluten and so forth, and I didn't, but the doctor did the testing and so forth. But I have come across more people, more friends, have seen a lot on the internet, as I think we all do, that this has really become a big discussion out there.
It is.
And eating healthy is to start with, okay? Do you know what percentage of our population, roughly, is affected by gluten?
Well, it's interesting. You have to kind of tease that out. So you can talk about someone with celiac disease, which is very serious.
Yes.
And that's about, what, 1%?
Yeah,
about 1%. And that's kind of across the board.
Okay.
But then when you look at how many people are choosing gluten-free, there's a difference.
Yes.
So there might be, and it's so many different reasons. It could be a sensitivity to gluten.
Okay.
It could actually be an allergy to either wheat or barley.
Okay.
It could be.
So that's why we're hearing so much about it.
Yes.
Is it not necessarily a dire problem, but people wanting to eat healthier?
Or just feel better.
Yeah.
The IBS, a lot of symptoms involving the gut are epidemic, I want to say, right now in our society, whether you're choosing a different type of diet like paleo or gluten-free or sugar-free.
Or driving through McDonald's or wherever it is. And I don't pick on McDonald's, but I mean, we're so fast food today.
Exactly.
Several times a week.
America's Test Kitchen did a great video showing gluten. They actually took a pizza ball, made a dough ball, and rinsed it with water, and then ended up with a stretchy substance. So they put it on an air compressor and blew a bubble with it.
Yes.
And just to demonstrate the idea of what is in wheat, the gluten, nobody's ever really seen it. Well, they show you, and that's probably one of the reasons I think that most people are choosing gluten-free is gluten protein is really hard for the tummy to digest.
Okay.
Requires a lot of acid and a lot of...
that explains a lot.
And
that explains why people are wanting to get away from it.
Yes.
It does. All right, well, we're running out of time, but what's most important is where can people buy your product, get recipes, get more information, because I know you've got a website.
Yes, yes.
Well, they can taste the product at Lata Latte, the drive-through coffee stand. Right now it's in My Fresh Basket.
Okay, yes.
And it'll be in Huckleberries. We just found out today.
Oh,
Huckleberries
fun.
said, bring it over, let's go.
All right,
and,
great.
And down the road, Yolks and
Natural Grocer.
Natural Grocers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Otherwise,
And
go to our website.
Amazon, yeah.
Yeah.
Flower.farm, you can link over to. And if you go to
so
our
they
site.
can get it delivered. We all want everything delivered these days. Which,
Sure.
You know, yeah, why not? I know.
Fly it in with a drone.
Yeah. Yeah. Open it up and drop it.
Exactly.
Didn't we used to do that with flower bombs or something?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, we won't.
Hey, you're giving me a good idea.
Yeah, we didn't do that as kids, did we? No, of course not.
No.
Guys, thank you. This is great. This is good information for folks, because I'm going to bet there are dozens of people who are watching today and over the next couple of days that will go, I need that.
Yes,
And-
you need this.
Yeah.
My body needed it.
And that
We
you're
are.
giving back to Second Harvest.
Yes.
That's even better. So it's important that we honor and recognize our local nonprofits.
Oh,
and what
they're
they do.
fabulous.
You bet.
Great.
Well, thanks for having us.
Thanks to both of you.
Thank you.
Have a gluten-free day.
Okay.
Thank
we're
you.
going to take a break until next Wednesday at noon. See you then. Have a great week, everybody.
Spokane Talks Live is produced in Spokane, Washington by Spokane Talks Online LLC, which is solely responsible for its content. To recommend a guest or topic, or to see this program again, please visit our website, SpokaneTalksOnline.com. Spokane Talks Live is brought to you by our friends at Homes for You and Breakthrough Incorporated. Join us next Wednesday, noon, for another nourishing conversation on Spokane Talks Live.